Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to Outpost Infinity Sage for Session 3. There's been a slight bit of downtime since the last one. I've not done any extra runs, but I have been poking the base a little bit. But it's still too early for any kind of feedback on the first part, unfortunately. So this is again not going to be with any comments on the previous parts taken into account, just to let you know. Yeah, such is the pace I'm going through this thing. I've also realised that my first ATC expansion is actually a free tech, so I'll pick that one up immediately. There we go. ATC expansion 2, 25. That is not going to be anything extra, which is okay. I was hoping for that, but it has upgraded our overall size after all. And we're still researching ammo loaders and long stairs. As part of my scrounging, I did get access to the second generator, as I said. There's now a door frame in there to allow that. But I also refreshed the equipment trader to find some more credits. And I now have a scattershot barrel. So we'll see if that pairs as well with the smart scope as I am hoping it will, because my accuracy is going to go to hell, honestly. It's going to be really, really bad. So, Outposts, give me upgrades. And as you can see, compared to those first couple of videos, this is so much better in terms of lag. This used to lag it to hell on the previous setting, but with the new setting it is working just fine. Yes, fear me and my gold-plated outpost. Haha. Fitted with machine gun turrets. Take a nap, leave it all to the turrets. Can't do that, they run out of ammunition too much. It's got one randomly tucked on the rear as well. I didn't mention that in the last episode, I don't think. But yeah, that's just back there as a fourth one, providing some rear coverage. And it's just flicking around among those now. It does still have those underslung ones, but it doesn't seem to want to show them. Are you going to show them? No, you're not. it got hung up on the amp-racked one. Oh, this is also... This has actually made my base plate wider. Ooh, that means I'm due for a base reconfiguration. I do have some spare parts. I've got one spare part. That's okay though. Just leave it as is for the time being, I guess. It'll be fine. It probably won't be fine. What am I doing? I'm making it an ugly duck thing. Mind you, it's gold-plated already, so... I must admit, personally, I've never actually understood the whole gold-plated thing, as like blinging things out, pimping my ride, making things look extra shiny. It's a flex in terms of like wealth. It's like, look at this, it's made of gold, or it's gold-plated, or stuff like that. But often that's at a detraction to the performance of the object in question. And honestly, I've always preferred just like other colours rather than gold plate. So you know, it's one of my odd little things. Even in games, it's like every game I've never really used the gold-plated stuff, so that's why I don't think I'll stick with this paint scheme. Anyway, confirm that. Double check my backpack. That is as good as it's going to get. Stack of armour. That's a healing item. Lockpick. High explosives. Detection. Ammo. There's the scattershot barrel over there. Crit chance. So my crit chance is currently 61 as a base, while the bonus is 54% bonus damage, also extra 50% on weak point hits. So my stats are doing okay overall, honestly. Confirm. None of this is insured. It'll cost me 360 points to insure it, which I don't have. I will go anyway. I just have to be careful with the risks I stack on, I think. Though I do have lots of machine guns. The fact I've got tanks coming in, though, is potentially a worry. But hey, let's go. This will also be me trying to do the tour in a timely manner video-wise as well. Also notice, boy, there's my objective. From the second difficulty onwards in zones, it often expands the overall area you can scout. And in some cases, there are things to take note of, like, for example, there's a dead end here. So, for this one, for optimum coverage, I want to go up here, around, back around, and then down to there to hit everything. Forest Town, let us begin. And yes, it is. I think my guesses last time are quite accurate. Though it does give you a low-ball, easy map just to start out with. Anyway, scattershot barrel. See, it's spreading 3 projectiles out as we go. The question is, what will the homing effect do? Will all 3 home? They should do. How useful it'll be remains to be seen. We just have to actually find some things to shoot at first. Ooh, speaking of, we've got a turret base starting out, but there's also a hostile in the structure as well. Seems to be working okay. Definitely seems to be working okay. Ooh, barrel. Excellent. Though that said, it's still within my... It's massively to my benefit if I do loot up everything. Let's get a pulse out. Just because I don't have much and we're starting out. I think I adapted quite well to the rocket punch. I do like it. It's quite useful. This one is... Yep, there's a drone in there. Okay, we've got another drone to start out. Oh, I didn't quite get 2. Okay, here's my looting up. We've got ourselves some extra things. Ooh, that's actually a better helmet than I've got. Whip it. Better helmets, that's fine and dandy. That one is 6878. Slightly lower defense, slightly higher armor. Yes, actually I'll take that. Such a low loss in defense is traded off with a couple of points of armor. I also found a dude light Zen, so I've got one of those in reserve if I manage to extract. I'll pull this back because I need that. I also found a digital keycard which I'm going to keep in, and that's my loot from the first zone. So I think if I'm skipping over a zone, I'll just do this to show what I got and where I got it. There you go, I've got my battery. I will cycle this. So yeah, generator, battery rack, health station. Here's my other generator, accessible. And here are the underslung Gatling turrets, as you can see. So that's what they look like, and they've got really good coverage. They're great for things to get close if you can get an overhang of some sort going on. Though, the thing is, they can't be amp rack mounted, so that means they can't get the extra defense from an amp rack. Just, there is a slight trade-off there. As well as the problems it causes fitting other things around it. Just, yeah, let you know that that's going on. Okay, right, next session we have got... Scavenger, increased backpack, please. Yes, I am actually actively missing the increased backpack space. Okay, here we go. Deserted town. We are in. That's unusual. It seems that my base plate is loading in. Okay, yeah. Reminder, my machine is not the best, so we will get things like that happening. Also, this is now a defensive point. No, go that way, please. I deliberately had turned these doors so that they would both open against the back of these armoured walls. Anyway. Another quick and simple one. There's just a slope with some buildings. Looks like a supermarket and a small office building. There are some wrecks. I'm facing an unusual number of large opponents, actually. I'll take it, though. Gives me more chance to test out my scattershot, doesn't it? And I do believe all 3 bullets are homing. Yep, that got hit by 2. So they get the initial kick spreading them out, and then they try to home. Actually, an important question is, what does the grenade look like, especially when I've got auto on it? Okay, they don't home at all, but I do get 3 grenades.
Warning.
This might work out quite well, honestly.
Watch out for lightning strikes.
Valuable blueprints. And more turret parts. Excellent. Exactly what I need. And this is why, as I said before, I'm looting, because I need all the stuff right now because I don't have much of anything. It's all good. I don't have a problem. I'm just a loot goblin. Yeah. Give me that, thank you. You know, fun fact by the way, these shells can be a bit of a pain to grab items off because you do have to be kind of accurate unless you're using like the auto loot. Like press and hold E to grab stuff. But there's a reason for that. It's because these are actually destroyable. They count as items, so that's why they flash up and don't just automatically magnets to the nearby item. But if you break them, you get scrap metal. So yeah, there's actually some benefits potentially of doing that. Okay, it doesn't matter how strong the hit is, just 2 hits will detonate those things. Is there another one? Not really. How do my grenades do? I've got ammo to test this. And that is... Okay, I won't take explosion damage from the grenades. Triple Wrath of the Gods. Better to do standard shot though. By the way, quick building tip. If you're having trouble deploying these Titan spikes close to each other, it's because once you deploy them they actually unfurl and then that actually increases their collision for building. So if you want to place them close together, just fold them up. It does actually help a little bit. There we go, that's all sorted.
Warning. Thunderstorm outbreak. Watch out for lightning strikes.
But I did that as my priority just because it gets my collection range up for the base's auto collect, and that is just so infinitely helpful to have early on. Mag size of all auto turret close-ins and type 30 COS by 20%.
The enemy has spotted you. Pursuers
I'll take it.
incoming.
I'll take it. Also grenade. I think that's everything now. Yep, that's it. Right, back to base. Honestly, that was quite kind of short, kind of sweet. Honestly, not too bad, not too bad. My inventory is a bit full though. I want to hang on to that one. Throw those in. Okay, right. I'm discarding anything I want. Bullets. Yes, I want to send the gold instead. And that'll do for my load. There we go. And the pursuers, I think, have got stuck over there somewhere. It's fine. Increase backpack size again, I think. Alchemy, giving enemy more defense when I'm not 100% on recovery and I want to make sure it gets through is... What you want to do to manage it. So yeah, make it a bit easier on myself when I get there. Because value will push the difficulty back the other direction. Now, I mentioned this previously, but I didn't really cover it too much. This one, if I have a bit of extra power, I can insta-loot. As I said, it skips the map, but I get the ending perk card pick, but I also get less material returns as well. I was going to do that here, but in fact this place has a chance to give me some gun cores. as well as like miscellaneous items and ammo. Gun cores in particular, though, is one that I want to try and get my hands on. So, again, I've got reason to go in here. I'll go ahead and refine that up and proceed. Let us go. Okay, standard train yards. Yeah, quick and easy. Usually this spawns with one location, sometimes it spawns with a second bunker location around the train tracks.
Thunderstorm outbreak.
Good place to be for looking
Watch out for lightning
huge
strikes.
wrecks. Lightning strikes, don't really mind too much. It's a good place to look for huge wrecks, but it's also a pretty straightforward map in general just to go around. I did grab that, okay, sure. Bonk. Yeah, but I've got to try and keep in the habit of using that because it has a really high recharge rate. Oh, that's a lightning strike, thank you. And ooh, more turret bases and barrels. I am appreciating getting those at this point. And believe it or not, scrap metal is actually a very important part. A lot of basic base pieces are actually built out of scrap metal. Then, a strong one. Oh, I've got double light strike on this one. You know what? The grenade doesn't have any mods. I'll put strong into that one. There we go. So good. I honestly think given the choice, I'll probably keep the rocket punch over taking the grapple hook, just because rocket punch doesn't care where you use it, really. It's just wherever. So that's that. I've got some base turret components. I've got that basic parts. Yes, yes. Got some new boots. Burst boots enable double jump. Ooh. Actually, yes, please. Levitation boots are useful for precision, but general exploration, I think the burst boots are a bit more useful. I'll lose a bit of attack power and a bit of armor for overall more defense, so that's why it's got a lower rating, but it does give the double jump, which in more vertical places is more useful than levitation, though I do have the rocket gloves to potentially bypass that as well to get altitude when I want it. You know what? I'm here to try new things. I will actually put that away. I'll get rid of that one. That's extra high explosive. No. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. You are markedly better. The crude socket +2. You are markedly better. I will equip you. Whoops, no. There we go. That's fully loaded. Okay, so something I do want to cover here really quick. Back when I was first running through this area, I would have actually happily advocated for spend your materials up, build everything you can on your base, because then it saves you having to worry about it later on. The drawback with that one actually is that it means you're relying on your base to be where your defense is. And we saw that in the extraction day in the last video I did. So because I already had the small artillery formations on my base, I couldn't build them forward, and so my front line was actually a bit weaker. And that was a bit of a sudden realization moment for me. It's like, oh, I want to build these turrets forward, but I've already pre-built them. Whoops. So it becomes a question of that versus your overall ability to actually... let's go the basic extra machine gun. Versus your ability to expand and do map control. And honestly, map control is really important if it's available. Deserted Town offers gun parts, Zen. Ah, dang it. High chance of interception, though. It offers chance of Zen. Zen I am short of at the moment. But I will show you. Just insta loot. Click. Gives me the pick. Gain gold equal to 50% of material value. Sweepers now have improved weaponry. So sweepers are the bigger guys, not the smaller ones which usually have a single shield on them. Or operatives have a higher movement speed for a short time at the start of the day. I think, honestly, that one's not too bad. That one's manageable. Total Nexus, Pyro Grenade, a regular stock. No Zen, but we did get some scrap material. So much less than what it would have happened if I'd actually gone into it. Deserted town, high chance of valuables and gear. Insta-loot is 143, so it's actually a bigger location. So yeah, the price to approach it and then the price to quick loot it reflects how big and complex the area is. I will insta-loot you as well. Field expansion, tight spikes, increase the XP range further. That's a good one. Join to each kill. This is good to get early. Like the ones that add a small bonus for every time you do a kill or something. But in this case, the field expansion is what I want. Again, some base tower parts and base materials, much less than what I would have got if I'd actually looted it. Boo! I want to loot things! You get more stuff. Anyway, gear, some components. This one is a railway, just get some food and things. This one is valuables and gear. So that was the only one there that actually offered Zen. And it was a gold one as well, so it tells you it's rarer flat out. I should have actually done that one directly. Anyway, something else has cropped up here. Go with a negative power. You must have the battery charge to insta-loot. You can't go do that while overdrawing your power core. So this is, you are overdrawing your power core. If your battery hits 0, that is like the base maintenance level for your outpost to be at its normal operational turnover. You can advance and go into the negative, but that impacts your overall core strength by depleting it, and that negative actually goes into the next mission as well. So I'll start with negative however many power I've overdrawn it. Because the core field is strength, you get lower turret bonuses, you get lower defense bonus within the field is smaller, you know, so it hampers the overall outpost performance, but it means you can progress if you are so inclined, if you have to. But I have plenty of materials in reserve, and I do want to be running these just so I can build up some more material and power reserves ready for extraction day. So I won't be skipping these ones. In terms of video time, though, I've got most of the way through this deployment. With time skips, we're at about the 15-20 minute mark, actually. So this is actually going really quick. Bigger deployments will take more, but if I'm doing this time skipping approach, then yeah, we're quite reasonably fitting in 1, maybe 2 tours into a single video, depending on how things go. Though, of course, we do have the extraction day at the end to deal with as well, but I probably deal with some time skipping in that as well, depending on how those go. So, where to skip, when to skip, what to show, what to not. Such are the trials and tribulations of creating videos rather than just live streaming and stuff like that. For some reason, I just keep feeling really nervous whenever I think about doing a live stream. Anyway, we have got ourselves a supermarket, we've got ourselves some enemies, we've got ourselves, there go some of the Gatling turrets. Got ourselves a outpost over there. I mentioned we'd see some drones in the forest area. There's actually one I can see over there, just flying around it. And we've got another one of those envoy structures. Also, this map usually has a bunker appearing on the other side of it. So, yep, right there. And we're still dealing with the initial map load pop-in for lag. There's usually some after I start a map, and it clears up before too long. Another locked door. This is why I recommend if you have any of the materials, because it's just really cheap basic materials at base, just craft some lockpicks and have a stack with you. It is so useful to have. Now, if we check the message, go for an outpost. Yeah, so this is, as you can see, that's exactly the same as the one I noted previously. There we go, double check. There is something, yep, in there. Cryo ammo. And let's move on. That's something I've not really noticed because I don't use it too much, but I can actually select different ammo types. Press and hold R, just select your ammo wheel, and then choose if you want to use a different one. That's basically how that works. You've got to have the ammo on you, though, which takes up inventory slots, and because I've not been in a situation where I specifically need the specialty ammo types, I've not really gotten the habit of using them,
Thunderstorm outbreak.
honestly.
Watch out for lightning strikes.
I was trying to double jump there, but I ended up not. Oh well. Yeah, I think maybe I do want to get double jump actually, just for extra altitude. Okay, so small drones. See, it's buzzing around here. It shows up on the feed. You've got to actually shoot it down. Then it drops as a green item. Then you pick it up, and as you saw earlier, you can trade that in for 3 research skip days. So, always worth grabbing those if you know that they're around. Quite handy. Also, when it does that ups thing, I think that's when it's detecting there might have been a movement or terrain collision that's not quite what the game was expecting. There we go. Either that or it's whenever you mantle, but I don't think that's the case. It's literally, I just think, movement the game was not quite sure about. A new regular barrel. Okay. It's still comparable to my current multi-shot one. Oh, actually, that's a potential problem. This scattershot barrel in this building with the glass floors. What's going to happen? I have no idea. On the plus side, though, we have got levitation boots. On the downside, we have actually got traitor human forces in here. And a lot of them, actually. Oh. As long as I don't breach the floor, they won't realise I'm literally up here firing a gun. Yeah. Sometimes the AI in this game is a little bit dumb. Not gonna lie. But hey, I count that as a quirk and also a feature of its horde combat. More complex AI doesn't really work that as good in the tower defense game, I've noticed. Greg's Ink, sorry, was that 2 Greg's Inks? 2 Greg's Inks and a standard digital. Okay. Better than last time, which was just 2 basic digital ones. And there goes the floor. Darren. Oh well, I've got levitation boots actually, which helps. Sure, I'll take that, thank you. And the other guys are now starting to shoot at me a little bit. That's okay. They're not quite sure how to get at me though. Yeah, that was actually pretty bad. Unfortunately, those guys, they've got ranged attacks and they're actually fairly powerful. Luckily, they're idiots. But that did kind of hurt a little bit. Okay. So that said, if you take them down, they normally drop gear, as you can see. So I've actually got a bunch of gear from that. Right, let's see. Got myself some burst boots, double jump. I'm seriously thinking about that one. Just because double jump is quite helpful. Got myself some grenade gloves, got myself some maximizer armor, which extra 5% of attack if you're above 90% armor. So that's like if your armor's in near perfect condition. That's a situational one. It's like expecting you to shoot but not get hit back. So the moment you take any kind of damage, really, you lose that bonus. Grenades, though, is a portable explosive. Again, recharges. Not sure how powerful it is, though. Might have to try that one out a little bit. But I think we're done here. At least for this one. Oh, no. There's something in the corner. Right. So, active and a laser under the barrel. Ooh, blue one, too. Yep, that's a big step up. Equip it. Adaptive armor. Take damage. Grants a 5% move speed and defense bonus for 5 seconds. Whenever you get hit. Honestly, I think that might be a bit more useful for me. Plus, it gives it lowers my damage resistance a bit by a fair chunk, but gives me extra capacity for armor. I think I'll stick with my munitions. Actually, no, that's a more generally useful one if I'm starting to take the hits, so I'll equip that one. There we go. Anyway, moving on. Rocket! Punch! Whee! When it works, so good. Oh, I missed some stuff up there. Really? Actually, that's great for getting up there. Wow. Alright. Fire in the hole.
The enemy has spotted you! Pursuers incoming!
There we go. Blast the door off. Do have a slight problem though. My container's overloaded. And so I'm actually going to have to do some inventory triage, I think. Not sure I can take everything I'm going to be looting from this place. Still though. Extra tactics spike, yes. Grab some doodads, yes. Rare parts, yes. Okay, yeah, so that's one drawback of going to the supermarket. It's always got a fair chunk of loot in it. I thought there was something else. There we go. Right. I've not been able to recover much by way of power though, because this map also usually just doesn't have very much by way of bigger wrecks on it. So besides the base's free passive harvesting, there's not really much you can do to try and sort that out. Anyway, pull those. I need to fit you in. There we go. Ooh, I picked up a couple of extra Zen, which I can, if need be, slot into my weaponry just to get some extra space. I'm also going to be carrying some materials around with me too, just to try and lighten the loads a little bit. Also MREs, very good one. It grants 3 stacks of sated, which is increase max hit points by 10, recovers 1 hit point every 2 seconds for 180 seconds. So that's recovers 90 hit points per stack. So that's 270 hit points if you have 1 MRE. It's quite useful. I'm prioritizing equipment though, so that's what I'm doing. And then I think, just for ease, for the moment, I will swap out munitions armor for those 2. And then I'll just drop stuff on the floor, honestly. Yeah, my voice is going a little bit. It's warm here. Yeah, if you drop it outside, I've noticed sometimes items will clip into the floor a little bit, but if you drop it on your actual base, they tend to be pretty safe. And they just stay there until I come back and sort them. I think those guys are on the roof. Leave them be. Leave them be. They'll come down here eventually and come and get me. Give me a radar pulse. Thank you. Okay, there are a couple of activation stations here. There you are. Also worth noting, it's not just the red cars, you can get tyres off these white vans too. So that's also a thing. There's also sometimes loot appears inside the back, though it depends on how high your loot stage is. Usually it doesn't. So that's another little thingy there. I'm not sure where those guys are at, honestly. But turrets against marked targets. I don't currently have a way to mark targets though, but that's worth noting. And a free Titan spike.
That was too close. Better take a breather.
Command mode activated. Combat mode activated.
I do need more resources though.
The enemy has spotted you.
Oh,
Pursuers
here we go again.
incoming.
Protect me! Thank you. Yep, pursuers are no match for all that. Oh wow, my voice. Yeah. Okay, that won't fit. I have got too much loot this time around. Honestly, priorities are, I would say, actually going to be things that don't stack, because if it's stackable, you have a chance to get it sorted out later. So, let's drop these guys, because there's also an odd little thing where you can't actually drop stuff out of here. You have to put stuff into your backpack and then you can drop it. But I'm just going to have to do what I can to try and fit in anything non-stackable. I will have to mount these Zen into my equipment as best I can. There we go. Anything else non-stackable? There is these gloves here. Pop that there. Pop that there. There we go. There is another piece of equipment that I dropped on the floor. That can't be helped, honestly. And yeah, let's try and get this inventory sorted out. Now that I've actually been looting and I've also got this issue going on with my inventory size, this has slowed down, so this will be just like one actual looting run in this video, because I know, despite the fact I've not been managing to keep track of my time properly, I will not be fast enough to avoid that. So yeah, sorry, there will only be one run in this one. Actually, this one's a good one to have out. I forgot to pick up the battery at some point. Yeah, I tend to do that. Anyway, equip the lens onto 3's relatively empty. Men's, I think that doesn't really do much on. I don't know if that works on AoE, but it's a repair item. So I'll slot that into my grenade because, you know, why not? And then give me that into Divine Might, an extra lightning bolt for the heathens and unbelievers. Not quite. Short by one inventory slot, which is fine because one inventory slot is what I can actually slot into here. What do I want to try and shift? Do I have a loot item? I do not. I think I will go ahead and shift over A high explosive, sure. Actually, no. High explosive has actually got 1 out of 5. Actually, nothing else is much better. The only thing higher is the fibre. Yeah, let's get the fibre out of here. Sure.
Command mode activated. Combat mode activated.
That just leaves the remains of that hunter charge. And then we are free to proceed. I think we're somewhere around the half-hour mark at this point. I think. Not 100% sure. If anything, I've just been too lucky with gear, honestly. Do I want scrap metal or... You know, I'll actually ditch the data cable. I know it sounds a bit silly, but hunters actually do become fairly prevalent, so data cables are not that hard to come across. Scrap metal in bulk is needed, so I think that's actually more important for me to grab onto there. Plus it stacks much higher as well. So, recovery. Oh, we've got a defense. Okay. Middle of the night as well, which doesn't help. But, yeah, we got that coming in. Just a minor wave. I think this will be absolutely fine. Normally, I'd at range pick off these bomb carriers, like detonate those to do area clearance with that. Quite useful, but it does depend on there being an enemy bomb carrier present. In this case, though, it's just waves of regular dudes coming in. So I think we're all good, actually. Yeah, I don't think this will be a problem at all. Oh, there's a tank there. Okay, so first tank in this save file, and recording-wise. Has some armour, has twin machine guns. I drew its fire, but the base just shredded it. There we go. A turret nexus, darn. What do I value more, turret nexus or other things? Tough question, because I actually do want turret parts, I think, slightly more than equipment. Loot triage. Unfortunately, because the container's already gone, that means I have to drop stuff from here. What should I drop? I'll drop lumber. That's whenever I want it, basically. I can get that. I'll also drop the metal slabs, because I can actually refine those back at base if I want. Actually, fuel. No, fuel's somewhat valuable. Metal slab, yeah. Because I can, if I run short on those back at base, I can literally just craft them up. So, that's fine. Grab you, and hold you. And proceed. So yeah, I think that's my first recorded instance of loot triage. I just didn't have enough space. I now miss my Guardian Fabricator purely because it let me build the Guardian Mules, which are mobile containers, which are basically, once you can do that, this problem kind of goes away for the most part. They can't hold everything, they have a limited stock, they do cost 300 odd material to build a single mule, but they do give you some extra storage space, quite useful. Extras, I don't want to boost the enemies. I want to resupply in this last zone, so I will pick up quick collection. Oh, there's 2 more zones. That's actually not too bad. Deserted town and an unknown. Valuables and gear. Negative power. I'll refine a little bit. And there we go. That's okay, that's okay. We're doing fine. The pace has markedly slowed down on this last couple, though, just because I'm trying to scavenge for materials and things. Well, actually, let's be fair. It's because I'm being a loot goblin. I saw shinies and I just went and looted it all. The supermarket always takes a little bit of time to do because lots of lockers to open. Don't worry though. Hopefully the cuts earlier in this episode will make up for this time-wise, for anyone who didn't want to see as much looting. Yep, small deserted area. We have got some huge wrecks in this map. Always nice. There we go. Sometimes it takes a moment for that to properly initialize. Small supermarket, small building, and a massive tower to catch the camera on. A small fortified building as well. More enemies roaming around because, you know, the threat rating is increasing. But that's not an issue here because it's still a small map. So, actually, press Q. Just throw that straight into it. There we go. Find composite fiber container. Okay, so I've got an item to extract of some kind. This really is just spray and pray, isn't it?
Command mode activated. Combat mode activated.
There it is. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, remember back in the tutorial, you do have to look around in bunkers because sometimes they have little surprises. Like there was one right there. How many mines are there in this one? Jeez. On the plus side, my first artillery shell. On the bad side, my first artillery shell. Why is it bad? Well, this is basically like a barrel. It's got three. It's a 3x1, which means it can be a bit of a pain to fit in properly. That's okay then. In other news, our resupply is actually going quite well so far. Just put that there. And we've got to get a 3x3 into here. Okay. Okay. And we'll have to triage the rest of it. I don't care, I get an extra artillery turret. Well, artillery turret is actually a small artillery platform. And if it makes defense easier, then there we go, knock ourselves out. Oh, I can free up an inventory space by using my remaining armor plates, I'll do that. I could free up an inventory space by using my energy bar as well, actually. Om nom nom. And then I just throw the wrapper, yeah. That's just fine. Okay, so we've got all the loot we're going to find, honestly, now sorted out. I'll put those up there to... I'll lock those off. There we go, top row is all locked off for random stuff. So let's go ahead and start picking things up to go. Okay. Ooh, I even found space to put the artillery shell in. Okay, cool. Let's see, is there anything I want to swap in here? No, I think that is as good as it's going to get for now. I am carrying a lot of stuff, but we are, for lack of a better term, sorted. Oh, I can swap that out. Send off the high explosives. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Yeah, okay, right, we're good. That'll do it. Good thing I'm holding all my medium, like 2-slot ones. Okay, alchemy or weakness hit kill. I'll take weakness hit kill. We are proceeding to railway station. So a nice, really small one to end this out. I'll go ahead and refine up what materials I can to power and drop straight in. So, yeah, we've got an easy one for a quick resupply right at the end. It's all good. All good. All good. It's fine, honestly. And finding railway station, I should have actually checked and remembered this before. But this is the one where we rescued the trader from last video. So yeah, some free power, some free Rex. This is actually a really good one to hit at the end. Also repair turret as well, but we might or might not need that. I don't know. For the most part though, there's also a lack of loot, which means we can actually potentially ship off most of what I'm carrying into loot this time. Turn you over. Yeah, because my backpack was kind of full. Oh hey, CQC! Nice to see you, buddy. This is actually quite a useful one. Strong or double light strike. What CQC does, bullets deals more damage the less distance they travel. So especially when enemies are getting closer, like to mid-range where my smart scope comes into effect, that just makes things more powerful in general for me. So this will reduce slightly my power, I think. Like my raw damage per shot by a tiny bit. Rate of fire will slightly increase, and I think longevity will slightly increase. My range will slightly increase as well. Useful, sure. And then I think I'll put the light strike onto. Well, we've already got a light strike on my grenade, so let's load this into my spare slot on Divine Smite. There we go. Sorted. Also, we got another free artillery position. Small artillery platform. I mean, it says artillery, but it's really is just a machine gun replacement that can upgrade to cannons. Attacks of... Oh, yes please. Machine guns more powerful. Because that's my current defenses. That is great. And I think that's about it, actually. Yep, that is all that was here, apart from the scrap metal. Speaking of, need to cycle my power systems again. Right, so I've got a repair turret. I've also, there it is. I've also picked up the machine gun barrel, because usually when this spawns in the low level of this lab, there's a machine gun barrel up in the top. Right now, it's basically just a machine gun barrel, you know, nothing special about it. But I'm actually going to swap that out as a free reload, basically, for one of my turrets, is what I'm going to use that for. And yeah, that's my total plan for here. So we're basically ready to go. We've got plenty of materials. I have max materials out before we depart, because there's more Rex to get. And we've got 160 odd power, which should be plenty. So, we're doing great, honestly, materials-wise. Loot-wise, that's how we're looking. We've got some more stuff we can try to merge in a little bit. Most of which will go in. So stuff like that is good. Ammo box. Can't stack that one in, but that's okay. I will hang on to the cryo ammo, actually. Anything else here I want to hang on to? You know, I might as well hang on to the grenades too. Just as a little bit of insurance, and it gives me the option to use them during extraction day. Which is going to be up next. So, let us continue and get there. Just have to get that MG turret and the last of the scrap. I think it's the first time you've seen me do this, actually. I'm just wandering upstairs to swap out a turret barrel. The one in the middle has done scenes... They've not seen much use in general, honestly. So this is only going to save me like 400 bullets. Yep, you'll do. Sadly, I don't think you can do this for the underslungs, actually, so that's another drawback of the underslung turrets. I will double check just in case, but I don't think we can do anything with them. Oh no, we can actually detach these guys if we care to, and mount other weapons into them. I didn't realise they had that functionality, actually. Good to remember. Okay, resource boost again, or exploding parts. Outpost components deal electro damage in a small area when exploding. So that basically any piece that breaks triggers a localized blast, and that includes the field barriers. Now take all, that pushes me to max 400. The only thing going on is they have got improved weaponry on the sweepers. That's okay. So I'm not going to go fishing for others because I don't want to, and I'm going in with that. So this is going to be a duration rather than specifically hard. Which means the main thing actually is going to be making sure that my turrets keep firing and the ammo supplies don't have an issue. But given I'm going in with plentiful supplies to build plenty of fortifications and things at the forward point, which is the whole point of me actually making sure to do that, we should be fine, because I'll be exerting some map control to limit the enemy approach. We've also got free 30 mils, free artillery foundations, we've got free Titan spikes. All that stuff is saved up, ready to literally fortify the heck out of that first area. Just to make sure that I hold on to it. Though I should also, I think, give myself a ranged area too, just over there too.
Command mode activated.
Okay, command mode is loaded up just fine. We are... Oh, on this difficulty we don't actually get that opened up yet. We don't get forward position, we don't get these two sides opened because those two are blocked off. Okay, that's next difficulty that happens. Okay. In that case, let us proceed with the fortifications, shall we?
Facility deployed. Facility deployed. Facility deployed. Facility deployed.
Let's deploy this one slightly back so that there is a little gap for me to get in between a little bit more easily. There we go. I have got 3 free 30mm light guns and 2 free Titan spikes. I will go ahead and put the Titan spikes here and here. They are in support mode, so that'll be fine. I have material. I didn't quite think this through. I've only got materials for one of these. That's okay though. And then I will, of course, recess behind with 30mm emplacements. Ignore the small guys, go after the big guys please, thank you. Need 300 materials to get that other emplacement down. That's okay, I'll throw down my repair turret here. Bonk. All good.
Enemy signatures detected.
And here we go. So yeah, something in particular is armour. If enemies have armour, then I don't think weak points are really available for it.
Command mode activated.
I did tell you guys to only target mediums, didn't I?
Enemy
Oh yeah, there are mediums in most waves, that's why they were firing. Okay, we're good. We are good. Just let things be, let things roll. Accept it as it is. And yeah, there is a little bit of frame rate loss going on. But there's also enemies getting close now, so... Almost got enough for another placement. I will harvest a tree. There we go. That gives me enough. And I think I'll go ahead and grab my ammo supplies from in here as well, just so that I've got that on hand. I think I need to do a bit of fine-tuning on those guys. Right. Actually, I don't think I can because of how I placed them. I should have staggered them back in a line so that one would fire, then another one, then another one. That would have been more optimum than having all three of them together like this at a single point. So basically, as soon as the enemy wants into range, they all fire. And that's what's been happening a fair bit. There goes the tank. This grenade mod's actually really useful. I've been sleeping on this one. I kind of wish I'd been using it sooner. I also miss my long-range accuracy shots too. You can't win sometimes, can you? Let's get that selected and just... So whenever I pop out, I can just pop out and cycle my ammo supply. We're good. I wish there was an option to force this game to preload a little bit, but there doesn't seem to be. The enemy's not really reached my X-boost field, I think. I think something I will do though is I think I will. The spikes haven't really been getting involved much. I will take this stake wall. I will plan. I do want to get more stake wall options, by the way, to increase the number. But install that so I've got a raised platform for myself to operate from up here. There we go. Because those are actually a bit high for me to be shooting over. I saw that. That bomber actually was about to start. Oh, you guys are both out, that's why. I will give you a Gatling upgrade. And you just ammo. You guys are also down. So, ammo. And ammo. Get that. Cycle it. It's actually a better habit to be in. Going out and cycling it with the hotkey from command mode, because if you go to it in person, you have like a second or so animation to hold on to it to activate. But if you go out, you just like press the key and that's it. It reloads. I don't want these things so close to the base. But yep, managing the difficulty has made this thing a cakewalk. Apart from the fact my turrets ran out of ammo briefly. So yeah, no. But that can't be helped. Guns, they go birds. Honestly. But without any extra armour and stuff, or hit point boosts, the tanks are just getting shredded. Yeah, I'll take it. It works. It works.
Recovery procedure nearing completion. Hold on just a bit longer.
Levi, you sound tense there, but honestly, I am not having a problem. It's at the point where... Oh, the Gatling just ran out. Get you back online. Because I've fortified forward a little bit, it's at the point where I've still got all of my base's guns pretty much to fall back on. They've barely been engaging. So I'm not in trouble at all.
If you manage to eliminate all enemies, then the evac aircraft will be able to wait for you while you pick up all the goodies nearby.
There we go. Easy, easy peasy.
Aircraft
Extraction day
arriving in 15
complete.
seconds.
Turret nexus, a turret barrel. Yes, please. That's my ride. Anything else going on?
Here. Time to head home.
Yes, there is something here. A research point. I'll take it. I don't think I have the appropriate thing to get in there, though. Let's see. Digital, Greg Zink. I think it's MGT and something else. Is it Greg Zink, actually, to get in there? Let's have a look, see. THI and, yeah, MGT. Shame. Because look, if we get access to this, there's a double barrel 30mm in there. And a spare 30mm as well. And shells. And, yeah, random supplies. Supply cache if you've got a rarer keycard. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and depart. We are not doing too badly. Honestly, I didn't find the gold-plated base as jarring as I thought it would be. I've just kind of tuned it out. So, I just don't think it looks as good, honestly. So I think I will swap that off. 28,000 damage dealt.
You have just broken the recovery record.
Oh,
Bay.
there you go. I just matched the extraction from the snow area. Well, that failed extraction from the snow area. I'm not sure what we got from that one actually. Extra material count for another 2,500. I'll take it.
We just got word from the 3rd Division. I'm putting together a relief mission as we speak. Report to the command division as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
All research is complete. New lead, report to command division, which is actually a side room off the approach to the hangar. And isn't actually its own division, so there's no camo to find in here, sadly. Yeah, it's basically just a meeting room.
Commander Fay of Outpost 11 reporting in.
All right, that's everybody. Let's begin. As you know, the 3rd Division has been silent ever since they arrived at the border woodland to avoid detection by the Mechanos. Recon elements have re-established communications as of 2 days ago. Outposts 2 and 6 have breached the enemy's containment and are headed for the main base. We should hear back from them in 5 days when they're expected to enter the Windy Desert. Outpost 7 is going for a round trip to the eastern wing of the border woodland for a scheduled recovery mission. Miriam, Matthew, your mission is to provide support for Outpost 2 and 6's withdrawal and eliminate any pursuing enemies. Roland and Alex, you two will be tasked with capturing the base station in the border woodland and protecting Outpost 7's resupply on their way back. In addition, Outpost 7 will be airlifting non-combat personnel and research data that will contribute greatly to our war efforts. Commander Fay, Remain on standby in the base and await updates from the air.
Roger that.
There we go. That's our briefing. We are on standby, effectively. So, some of the other outposts are going out. We are here for any tasks and things. But let's head back to the Nexus.
I can't believe they just told me to sit around and twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah, they did.
Perhaps there is a more proactive alternative.
What are you...
This is the only 3D human model I could find within the Outpost Commander's field manual.
I really don't want to find out who that belonged to.
The note says this appearance will increase the mission's chances of success.
Perhaps.
And here's the eye candy. Fan service, yeah. So she's got this appearance because, as she said, in the field commander's manual, it's the only 3D model that was in there, and there was a note attached saying it will increase mission chance of success. So let's talk with the AI.
What do you suggest?
My algorithms allow me to identify enemy communication signals. Once I decode them, we'll learn about every enemy movement within the border woodland area.
Excellent. What should I do?
Connect me to the base network. I will start a search query with the combat logs.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's... Assist the AI connecting to the base. Yeah, sure. Connect to the base network. This isn't going to force the mission, which is why I'm progressing through this now at the end of this episode. So, yep, connect to the base network.
Request sent. Access denied. Optimizing bandwidth restrictions.
Oh, look, an alarm's going
Warning.
off.
Network intrusion detected. Origin has been traced to the command terminal of Outpost 11.
What?
I regret to inform you that I have been blocked by a firewall. Search terminated.
What's going on, Faye?
I wanted to check the combat log. Get a better look on the current situation.
Also, you can
The
teleport.
moment you jacked into the base's network, we began detecting thousands of commands being issued. Any thoughts on that? I guess I'm onto something.
Commander Faye, I am currently under remote data attack from the intelligence center within the base. Video and voice transmission will be unavailable.
So you and this thing were behind the attack just then.
It's a little complicated. She was just trying to help me. She's on our side.
Don't you dare forget, Steel was also originally created to protect mankind. Listen closely. No matter how close they get, AIs are not and never will be human. EUA should only trust each other, and certainly not some soulless AI who doesn't even have a name!
Juliet. The name is Juliet.
Shit. Cut the power to Outpost 11. I'm gonna turn this thing into scrap. As for you, I'll deal with you later.
If that's what you want, you might as well dismiss me of my command this instant.
Ha! You're bold. I'll give you that at least.
Okay, so turn the thing to scrap. We brought an AI. They finally found out about it. The AI wasn't being that smart though. The moment connected to the thing, she sent like thousands of requests straight through, gathering information. And the firewall went, no, that shouldn't be happening. So she immediately gave her presence away, accessing the base. So, good job. Also, we've also learned Levi can teleport. He was behind us, and then he was up here with a matter of seconds. So, yeah. Our commander has instant transmission. Something else to note, by the way, is long-range communications. I should have commented on this after that mission briefing earlier. Long-range communications aren't really a viable thing for the most part because of the whole AI in charge of the planet situation. So outposts for their operational security often have limited or no radio contact, and that's why an outpost was out and going dark until recon elements could re-establish contact with them in that situation. So that's why that was happening. Anyway, check up on Juliet. We now have a name. The moment he accused the AI of being soulless and not having a name, she provided a name. She is Juliet.
Juliet?
Greetings, Commander. I apologize for the inappropriate outburst earlier.
Oh, I've got camera control. Okay.
I didn't think you had the balls to put a boot up Levi's ass. That was quite a show. They want to keep an eye on you. So, the control core must remain inside the base.
This way, the EUA will be able to terminate me at their discretion.
I won't let that happen.
I appreciate your trust and support, Commander. I do not see a fault in the EUA's logic. Moreover, this does not change the camaraderie between us.
You're absolutely right, my comrade. Also, there's no need for formality. Just call me Faye.
All right. Faye.
Okay, so I feel like there's some dialogue missing there. Maybe I
Any news from Outpost 7, Levi?
There we go.
Bad news, I'm afraid. We've lost contact with Outpost 7. Its transponder has been pinging the same location for 36 hours now. We're expecting the worst. The last known location for the transport is located within the Dagger Canyon, near the border woodland. You're to locate the downed airlift. I will send Bruce to help you out.
I can handle it myself, Levi.
No, you'll be heading in blind. You're gonna need the support. Bruce has been in charge of Outpost 1 in my stead for a long time. If anyone's gonna make sure you come back in one piece, it's him. He's already scouting out the area. Come when you're ready.
Okay, so there's a slight narrative disconnect there. I wonder if I'd gone around before checking on Juliet if there would have been some extra dialogue from people around the base, but there was no indication of that. It was just like the objective was literally check on Juliet. So anyone playing would be like pop in, objective is check on Juliet and then just talk to her again. So I feel like that would be the natural response. Excuse me. I don't like it when it gets warm. But yeah, this suddenly went from like you're in trouble, how dare you, and it's like, you've got balls at least, you're gutsy, to they have suddenly snapped their fingers and decided, you know what, we'll keep the AI core here under strict supervision so they can terminate Juliet at their discretion, and then we're allowed to go back out. So again, the AI core is essentially here, which I think it already was, but Juliet was actually within the Outpost system. Now her control module is here in the main headquarters for ease of control and trust issues. I'd imagine they went back over data recordings and stuff to check up on what happened in the past. So we now have access to the Intelligence Division. This is the place that detected their intrusion and then started counter-hacking to try and figure out what was going on. And we talked with Levi to start the special mission, but we've also got access to some new characters here, which is part of why I've stepped in, honestly. There it is. And Earthen. Our new paint scheme. Haha. But we've also got access to some new bits and pieces around here as well. Nightingale and MGT, who is also our database, effectively. Nightingale, I cannot talk to you. MGT, I cannot talk to you. Levi. If I talk to you, I'll start the mission. But I believe I do have full access to tour mode right now. I do indeed have access to tour mode, so I am able to continue. So, we'll do a quick research check, and then we will leave that there. I might do some runs after this, just gathering materials. But tech research... Short stairs, cryo turrets, autoloaders, resource crate. We need it. We want it. Give me the resource crate, please, and thank you. Yes. This allows us to, if we can afford the crates, plus 40 resource storage for each one of those. Excellent. Turret overload, which is basically increased rate of fire at a power expense. Backpack expansion 2 would be very helpful, but I don't have much points right now. That's one of the other reasons to do some off-camera runs at this point, unless you guys want to see some of that. Just to get a bit more materials and stuff built up, might as well. But for now, that is basically where we're going to end. We've got... yeah, we can build another 6 machine gun turrets of various configurations. 9 more batteries. We've got materials for 11 resource crates, which I will actually go ahead and slam down. That is the lumber is the limiting... No, not lumber. The polymer is the limiting part, actually. Sure. Let's make another amp rack. Sure. We can make chairs. We can make other things. Let's quickly check the... I don't think I have access to rolling teammates yet. No, not yet. That I think unlocks... Because we've just got getting access to the intelligence division, I think that'll unlock after my next bit of dialogue, but I am out of time for recording right now. So, check with you. Anything good in stock? I can flat out buy machine gun turrets for 2,500 each. Recruit some control modules, which are actually pretty hard to come by. 10 available. More recruitment beacons. I think I want to go ahead and sell valuables and trade for some stuff if I can. But I just want to build up a little bit more, so I do want to actually do some runs. So, I'm going to call it there. This has been I Am Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, give me those virtual headbutts I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. I think I have to actually say I won't record, most likely, until this video's gone out, just to catch back up a little bit. So, like, otherwise, I'll just keep running way ahead, honestly, just trying to build this up. But, yeah, story progression is doing okay right now. Control modules. Only afford 3 of them. I didn't really get much value from that last one. I'll grab those, though. Scrap metal... Grab those. But yeah, next time my base will also be reconfigured a bit more, so we'll have more firepower, we'll have more access, we'll have more of everything. It's because we can get autoloaders and stuff now in our production queue. At least I think we can. Armor maker, not autos, yeah, armor maker. Short on matter reconstructor, which can be produced from liquid metal, and polymer, which we can produce through ore and hydraulic material. So yeah, that's one of the things we use ore for. It's like one of the base ingredients for a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I'll see you all later. I've got to remember, I need to actually produce some of these. There we go. Lockpicks. Haha. Also some stairs. Yeah, I should.